Who will survive the Great Tribulation and the Battle of Armageddon? The cavemen of the new millennium. Skillful survivors? Freedom fighters? Or the final fools? Welcome back, fellow travelers and watchers. I'm Dr. Stephen A. Wylie, your host, truth seeker, and fellow watcher. This is our 21st journey together, and I can promise you that it will take some very unexpected turns as we discover more Rhema hidden behind the revelations of the Church of the future and the future of the Church. In one of our recent journeys we discovered that in the new millennium, there will be no more war. Their warrior swords will be beaten into plowshares. Nations will not fight against nations. They will no longer learn the art of war. However, this left us with even more questions, such as, how do the soldiers in the final battle think they can defeat the king? Will it be by throwing dirt clods and sticks at Jesus and his angels? In today's journey, we just might uncover the answers to those questions about the final class of survivors of the Great Tribulation, the cavemen of the new millennium. So, let's grab our Bibles and notepads and jump right in. As we begin our journey today, I remind you of what we had discovered in our last journey about why the Lord needs to maintain an iron-fist administration, and see if today's journey helps to clear up any questions or doubts that we might still have. As I probe the hidden recesses of humanity's preparations for catastrophe, a haunting question lingers. Who will emerge as survivors from the Earth's depths when the world is reborn, and what will they carry in their hearts? Who will inherit the earth after the skies have burned and the ground split and the islands are no more? Beneath our feet, governments and organizations chisel sanctuaries, bunkers, vaults, caverns brimming with seeds, supplies, perhaps even secrets. Are these mere shelters from a nuclear storm, or do they foreshadow a darker role in the unfolding of prophecy? In this journey of our ongoing series, we will explore not just the physical caves but the spiritual landscape of survival, guided by prophecy and the promise of a millennial reign. Who will emerge, and what will they find when they do? Perhaps we will meet the survivors destined to face Christ's millennial reign, and perhaps to challenge it in a final, fateful rebellion. The Earth's crust cradles secrets, tunnels that may outlast the chaos above. Governments, from the United States to Finland, have burrowed deep. The waste isolation pilot plant, WIP, in New Mexico, 660 meters underground, harbors radioactive relics. Finland's Onkalo, nearly finished, will seal nuclear waste for millennia. Sweden, Canada, France, at least 20 nations dig similar crypts, not for people or pets, but for poison. Could these be repurposed as arks? Cold War bunkers, like America's Greenbrier or Switzerland's shelters for millions, suggest governments plan for survival, though perhaps only for a select few. Russia's Metro, too, China's hidden lairs, Israel's desert forts, 50 nations may hold such refuges, many veiled in secrecy. NGOs, like the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, guard seeds 120 meters deep in Arctic rock, but human sanctuaries? Those are rare, if they exist at all. Why does this grip us? These caverns whisper of a future where survival is rationed. But Scripture paints a broader canvas of survivors, each group destined to witness Christ's return. First, the glorified saints, those raptured or resurrected, clothed in immortal bodies, reigning with Christ, 1 Corinthians 15 verses 52 to 53. Then, the mortal humans who will endure the Great Tribulation, spared to repopulate the earth, Matthew 24 verse 13. And finally, those who become Christians after the tribulation, finding faith during the millennial reign, 1,000 years of peace under Christ's rule, Revelation 20 verses 4 to 6. These are the heirs of the new world, but there's one more group, shrouded in mystery and desperation, the cavemen of prophecy. The Bible speaks chillingly of those who flee to caves in the last days. Revelation 6 verses 15 to 16 describes kings, captains, and the mighty, hiding in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, pleading for the stones to fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. Isaiah 2 verse 19 echoes, "They shall go into the holes of the rocks, and into the caves of the earth, for fear of the Lord." These aren't cozy bunkers, they're refuges of terror, where people long for death but find it elusive, Revelation 9 verse 6. Let's dig deeper. Could a nuclear waste site mask a survival bunker? History teases us with the Pentagon's $10,000 hammer, phantom costs hiding secret projects. A facility like WIP, with billions of dollars in miscellaneous spending, could conceal chambers for elites, veiled as waste storage. Remote, guarded, radioactive, who'd question it? In nations like Russia or North Korea, oversight is thinner, the odds of covert designs higher, perhaps 30 to 40%. Even transparent projects, like Finland's, might hold surprises. Some say there is a 10 to 20% chance. Repurposing these sites for survival? It's feasible, maybe 50%, if air, water, and food could be stored in unused tunnels. Svalbard's icy vault, clean and cold, feels almost too ready. Seeds now, souls later? But imagine the cave men emerging after years underground, blinking into a world transformed. The glorified saints now rule with Christ, their radiance undeniable, Revelation 20 verse 4. Mortal humans are rebuilding, their faith unshaken. New Christians bow to a king whose presence fills the earth. Yet the cavemen, those who fled, perhaps denying God's call, step into a reality where Christ reigns supreme, and there is nothing they can do about it. Their attitudes might churn with shock, resentment, even awe. Picture a general, once bunkered with weapons, now powerless before a throne that needs no army. Or a tycoon, his wealth entombed, facing a kingdom where gold is pavement, Revelation 21 verse 21. Some might cling to defiance, hearts hardened like Pharaoh's. Others, humbled, could kneel, joining the late-born Christians in worship. What drives this divide? Fear carved their caves, but what shapes their souls? Scripture warns of hearts unyielding even in judgment, Revelation 16 verse 9. Yet the millennial reign offers mercy, will they seize it? If you stood among them, dust on your face, would bitterness blind you, or would you see the dawn? These questions pierce deeper than any bunker's walls. What fuels this turmoil? They hid with caches, food, weapons, maybe tanks, expecting to outlast chaos. But the millennium disarms their world, they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war any more, Isaiah 2 verse 4 and Micah 4 verse 3. Armies dissolve, arsenals rust, except, perhaps, in those caves. Could their stored arms, rifles, explosives, relics of a warlike age, arm a final revolt? Revelation 20 verses 7 to 8 foretells the final rebellion. When the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle. These cavemen, hardened by isolation, might be Satan's leaders, or at the very least foot soldiers, in this doomed uprising. Imagine a general, bunkered with munitions, rallying bitter survivors to wield their hidden arsenal against a king who needs no shield. Or a magnate, his wealth now worthless, fueling revolt with smuggled guns. Their caves, once refuges, become war rooms. Yet Scripture is clear, fire came down from God out of heaven, and devoured them, Revelation 20 verse 9. Their rebellion, futile. Their weapons, dust. Still, they march, hearts ablaze with defiance, blind to the plowshares tilling peace. Remember that during the millennial times, the people will start to live much longer lives. How impossible would it be that the sons and grandsons and even the great-grandsons of these emergent cave men will be the ones to try to overthrow the throne? After all, they had only heard the tales of old men and foolish women about the Great Tribulation and the last Great War at Armageddon. They never personally experienced what their forefathers lived through. Could the bunkers of their ancestors arm the final rebellion? As I think about all of this, I'm struck by the contrast. Man's caves, built to defy destruction, versus God's plan, where survival transcends flesh. Why do we pour billions of dollars into concrete while prophets urge us to seek shelter in faith? If NGOs guard seeds for a reborn earth, why not souls for eternity? And if governments prepare in secret, who are they saving, presidents, soldiers, or themselves? The cavemen of the Bible aren't just a warning, they're a mirror. Would you run to the hills, craving death over surrender? Or would you trust the one who calms the storm? Imagine that moment of emergence. A bunker door creaks open, and the cavemen see a world not theirs, a king not elected, a peace not negotiated. Their plans, their arsenals, their pride, all dust. Who would you be in that crowd? A scoffer, a seeker, or something in between? Will you stand for truth, or be like people who rise up against the Lord in the final rebellion, being numbered like the sand of the sea, as found in Revelation 20 verse 8? As we journey through this series, let's keep probing these shadows, because the caves we build, and the ones we flee to, reveal more than we dare admit. I should probably ask you this one very important question. Do you have any doubt remaining as to why the Lord needs to maintain an iron-fist administration in his millennial kingdom? Next time, we will be seeking answers to the questions about, can people be sealed in their fate before they die? Can they be marked and not even know it? What does the Bible have to reveal to us about this? And can we, as Christians, be sealed before we die, fly, or fry? Coming up soon, the great white throne judgment, whatever happened to hell, and the final rebellion. Until then, may the Lord richly bless you, and protect you, and guide you, and greatly prosper you, as you follow hard after him. This is where it all starts. With your next steps. If this message has ministered to you, there are some things that you can do that would really help us out, and it won't take much of your time. Please give us a like, it forces the algorithms to let others know about this video. Would you please post a comment even if it is a short one? It means a lot to us and we read every one. Also, I know it's a lot to ask, but would you consider sharing this message with your friends? They will be blessed by the message as well. Subscribing means you won't miss any future updates or releases. If you would like to help support our churches and enable us to reach others, here are the details. Scanning a QR code is not difficult, but every phone is a bit different and you will just need to figure out your system's way of doing it. Some countries outside of the United States use a different system to transfer funds. If you are familiar with this, you know how easy it is to use. Zelle is the fastest way to send money inside the United States, and it is free to both of us. Thank you for your support. We'll be praying for you.